Hello, I'm Michael Lee, founder of Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy. Really looking forward to this year's Yoga Australia conference, and the topic is Yoga in the Modern World. This is particularly interesting to me because I think the yoga movement in our modern world really grew out of my era. It was around about the time in the 60s, 70s when a lot of the gurus from India went to the West. Many went to America, and I happened to go there around about not long after that. And it wasn't so much the yogis themselves that ignited it, but a lot of the hippies that were kind of their main followers back then. And we certainly had a desire for change. And it was a change in values, and those change in values that we're all about back then, I think are now starting to be reflected in our society. For example, people are much more interested in family than they are in success. People no longer make the end of the road the destination. It's more about how you enjoy the journey along the way. And they're great values, and it's really those kind of values, I believe, that's really helping yoga catch on. But it's really come a long way. I mean, back in the early days, we were all about ashrams and white robes and gurus and stuff like that, and from there it went into the yoga studios, of course. And there was a time, and still is, I guess, when there's almost a yoga studio on every street corner in some of our cities. But now we've gone full circle, and we're coming back to probably more of the roots of yoga in being a powerful vehicle for change. And this is being manifested by its acceptance in the wider medical community, especially in health centers, clinics, hospitals, cancer treatment centers, many different healthcare settings where yoga is now being accepted. And part of that is because it does help people change. And this is something that I'm really interested in, and it will be the topic of a lot of my work at the conference. I'll be telling you a little bit about how yoga philosophy, mindfulness and Buddhist philosophy, modern psychology and neuroscience are kind of coming together to create a new paradigm of change. And as well as that, I think this conference really opens itself for great conversations about change and about how we fit that. Because after all, change means adjustment, and coming into this particular modern world of yoga and elsewhere, we really have to figure out how we're going to adjust and how we're going to make what we do fit the context of where it's most needed and best received. So it's an exciting journey, exciting adventure. I look forward to being there with you. I hope you'll join me.